Hi, today we're beginning the season of Advent, and Advent is the preparation for Christmas, and so we're caught up in a very busy time of year. One of the things that the readings remind us about today is that God is active and dynamic in the world, and that whether we're ready or not, that God is ready and that God is active and dynamic, and that we are invited to participate in what God is doing. One of the things that naturally we tend to think about doing is about giving, because this season that leads up to Christmas is about celebrating the fact that our God is a giving God, and that we are invited to, one of the things that we're invited to do is to give. And so today I just thought we might think a little bit about giving. Traditionally in Advent we ask people to give to the Christmas Bowl. That's an agency of the combined churches which seeks to provide aid to people both at home in indigenous communities and overseas in Africa, in Asia and in the Middle East. Give generously to the Christmas Bowl. Sometimes the Christmas Bowl has said, why not give to the Christmas Bowl as much as it would cost to put an extra person at your Christmas dinner table? When you sit down and think about that, that's an interesting scrutiny to offer how much we spend on ourselves during this season. The second thing that I'm saying, particularly to people in our parish, so those of you who are listening who are from our parish, is that this is a time when we also need to think that we support the church community by giving through the plate each Sunday to support the work of the local church. And we're at a time when we're trying to restructure our finances, and we need to be able to do that well. And I ask you to consider carefully the generosity with which you support the church at home through your local parish. Finally, of course, we give gifts to all sorts of people. Some of that can be really trivial, some of it can be very poor, and that we don't actually take our responsibility to give seriously. But here are just some thoughts, and I perhaps need to read this. Can we be generous rather than mean? Can we be thoughtful rather than thoughtless? Can we make sure that we don't mistake cost for value? Just to unpack some of those things, is that will your presents that you give this year actually say how much you value the person that you are giving the gift to? Maybe unfortunately it will, and it'll say that you don't value them very much, but we don't want to say that. Will our giving reflect the fact that we are people who believe God is a giving God, and what will the presents that we give say about God? So it's a bit tricky, and we need to think a bit carefully about Christmas.